actually is. Religion is a brick of things.
Maybe people need that because they can't control themselves.
I mean, I never thought that religion was necessarily evil. I was brought up Catholic. I mean, I'm obviously Irish. I think that the Catholic Church has done a lot of bad things, but a lot of people are motivated to do good by their religious beliefs. I've always known that and always seen it.
There are a lot of light switches up here.
Trans doctors are motivated by quote-unquote gender affirming care, which is another linguistic.
We're the only let me drop.
I don't think I think some of them are motivated by trying to do good, but I think a lot of them are, like a lot of doctors are. They've gone into that. Yes, but more than that, doctors are a bit prone to play God, you know.
So there's
something generally very good expression, which was the wounded healer. So you ask people why, in her case, she trained as a therapist, and you're telling me that she did a course, and it was one of the most useful things she ever did, because in it they discussed why you want to be a therapist.
Yeah.
And a lot of people become therapists because of their own unresolved troubles.
Sure.
And that's fine, like we all have our reasons for doing things, but if you don't recognise that that's why you're doing it, you are looking to heal yourself by the way that you interact with other people, and that can be very bad.
So do you think that
I asked the rebels to do a recon of the area?
Need to kind of
relaying enemy positions now.
Take the brakes off Christianity, because if we don't, do you think we need to get that back? Because if we don't, we're just going to have more mutilated children? I mean,
I do think that I wouldn't quite put it that way, because I can't believe something I don't believe, if you know what I mean. I can't say that.
But it's clearly other people in the society can.
But I mean, I don't know how I would substitute one belief for another. I think what we've got to do is one thing we've got to do, and it's to try to do the really hard thing of lowering the cost of speaking freely. And that's not easy. It's something that every generation has to fight again.
You know, I
get in position.
And we were in the park doing spectrum treat epistemology, and
got the target.
So we changed the questions on the whiteboard. And one of the questions, we usually let people pick what they want.
I got eyes on a generator.
Was gender-affirming care. I can't remember if we wrote it's good or it's bad. I can't remember. It doesn't matter what it is. But and then someone screamed at us. Do you remember this, Reed? Someone screamed at us, gender-affirming care is health care.
Trans women are women. It's you know the expression, thought terminating cliche?
Yeah.
It's the brief, highly reducing phrase that is the start and end of every analysis.
It's spotted one with submachine guns.
It's the thought police that are actually inside your own head.
Target number 5.
Which is why Robert J. Lifton, like in the book,
I asked the rebels to recon the area for us.
Communist China. It's a longer title than that. You know, how do people believe transparently
I'm moving to position. Moving to a good sight line.
Demonstrably.
Yeah, like really, like not complicatedly so, just like on the face, but obviously so. Well, what you've got to do is you've got to learn never to go there in your own head.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you got HQ.
They're expecting visitors, or are they just playing around? If they're flexing their muscle, it's worth it.
Yeah.
They won't have conversations, they won't talk to you. Yeah. So it affords the opportunity never has, the belief or the ideology never has the opportunity to become dislodged.
It's a cult technique.
Hold on, let me get a good sight line.
In this sense, it's a mass.
It's a madness crowd, Robert J. Lifton as well. You know, all these things that are they are connected things, which is ways to believe things. I mean, in a way, it's even surprising. Like again, we're evolved creatures, and our brains are capable of remarkable feats of logic and intelligence, but we didn't evolve exactly to be logical. We evolved to survive and reproduce, and have kids who survived to reproduce and so on. And sometimes it's good to believe counterfactual things. For example, when your tribe believes counterfactual things, you may get cast out if you don't believe them. And in that tribal setting, like if you are in a tribe of 100 to 200 people living with no rule of law in a rainforest or something
Getting
like
a position.
Being cast out is death. So it's much, much better to believe what your tribe believes than it is to be the person who says, hang on, this isn't right.
Got him, he's down.
It's a vestige.
We're seeing an evolved capacity, which is to believe nonsense when that's socially desirable nonsense. So it makes you think, like, what about the people who don't believe it? And that's the people for whom it's less socially desirable. Because, for example, it's quite noticeable that the people who speak up about this very often have gone through the fire before on something.
Yeah, so I think that was my next question to you. So why is it that so many people, particularly, and this is the painful part for me, because I was very heavily involved in the skeptical movement.
Yeah.
In the skeptical movement have become true believers. And in the atheist movement have become true believers.
Don't you think that they were never skeptics? They were in it as a movement, as a group. It was their tribe. They were tribal, and this was their tribe. And that's a very upsetting realisation, and it's one that I've had too. The groups that I thought I was in because, like, to the extent that I was in a group, I've never formally been in a group, but, like, so, let's say fellow traveller type people, I thought that we were motivated by the same sorts of things, and it turned out not. We were just coincidental briefly.
Okay, well, then
Call the rebels for some
explain
indirect
this to me.
fire.
Why is it that some people never fell for any of this stuff? Like, why is it that Michael Shermer and myself and a few others just didn't? It's just idiotic. Like, why?
Yeah.
I don't consider myself particularly special. I know a lot of people who are, well, you know, why?
Yeah, I think, there's different reasons for different people, and so if I look at the people who I think have been bravest and most outspoken on this, often, like, they have been through some other casting out. And that
Awesome.
what bad reasons, by the way. So there's people, you get a lot of people who are pro-Brexit and have the experience of losing all their friends who are Remainers. You get people who are anti-vaxxer, for example, and have experienced a lot of social shaming and shunning for that. You get a lot of people who have lost a family member or friend on this, and so that's woken them up. But more than anything else, I think you get people who, and this is going to sound a bit fancy and grandiose, but it's like a North Star is the word that I use it for. Like, if you know why you get out of bed every day, it's very hard to knock you off course. So if you look at all these organisations like the ACLU, the HRC, Stonehenge, they have not just wandered off course. They have reversed to 180 degrees. They're literally working in the opposite direction. Like, the anti-censorship groups are pro-censorship. The gay rights groups are homophobic. The feminist groups are anti-woman, right? So they're 180 degrees. How did that happen? Well, they got set up by people who got out of bed every morning to protect gay rights, to stand up for women, etc., etc. And if you were still like that, like if you got up every day and said, I think Andrea Dworkin said that her type of feminism was very simple. She just asked herself, is this good for women or not? If it's bad for women, she's against it. That's a North Star. You may disagree or agree with it, but it's really clear. So if you got up every day and said to yourself, is this good